duration of the use of tolvaptan in years. The control on this graph is shown in the red line, tolvaptan in blue line. The risk ratio patient to control was even to 0.63. The risk ratio 95 confidence interval 0.38 to 0.98. The long-rank p-value here was 0.048. Next slide. However, the benefits of tolvaptan are obvious from the previous starts once more. However, tolvaptan is complicated by adverse events. The 5 most common adverse events observed in the tolvaptan trials are related to its aquaretic effect. That means polyuria, increased urinary frequency, thirst, nocturia, and fatigue. The percentages of patients that experience these symptoms are reported in the table on the bottom of this page. Notably, the thirst was observed in 55% of tolvaptan patients with 3 years follow-up versus 20% of patients that were taking placebo. Polyuria in 38% of patients on tolvaptan versus 17% taking placebo. Urinary frequency 23% of patients on tolvaptan versus 5.4% on placebo. Nocturia 29% of patients taking tolvaptan versus 13 patients taking placebo. And fatigue in approximately 14% of patients taking tolvaptan versus approximately 10% taking placebo. Notably, these symptoms may improve several weeks after initiation, and in terms of the patient's burden, typically those people that were taking tolvaptan for a period greater than 2 or 3 months were able to continue the treatment. Next slide. The additional adverse events found in tolvaptan and placebo groups were similar as listed in the table on the right aspect of the slide. Next slide. The major concern related to use of tolvaptan is the idiosyncratic hepatocellular injury that may occur due to changes in bile acid disposition or mitochondrial respiration. Therefore, tolvaptan can only be prescribed by providers authorized through its risk evaluation and mitigation strategy program, or REMS program. Next slide. The REMS is a strategy to manage risk of serious, potentially fatal liver injury associated with use of tolvaptan, and it's required by FDA to ensure benefits of the tolvaptan to outweigh its risks. It consists of several steps. First, it is the complete certification process that leads to counsel to evaluate a baseline liver function prior to enrolling patients in the REMS program. It's followed by performing ongoing liver monitoring at 2 and 3 weeks, then monthly liver function monitoring for the first 18 months, and every 3 months after that. Complete patient status form for each patient is done by a physician every 3 months for the first 18 months and every 6 months after that. The details can be found on the pages, web page